All right, well, thank you for joining everyone. My name is Justin Mosman. I'm the co-founder of Opsiv, and I'm extremely excited that we have released Omni Animation. Omni Animation has been a 3-year project now, or about 3 years, and it's been quite the project. It's definitely been our biggest project yet, and it probably has the most potential out of any of our projects. For some history, my company and I have been on the asset store, the Unity asset store, for about 10 years now. And 3 years ago, we were trying to kind of decide on what we should do next. And we work with a lot of indies and small studios, and we noticed that there was a need for kind of just animations that are affordable and that anybody can create. We did a lot of brainstorming and kind of decided on a machine learning project. This was before the whole AI generation stuff was even a thing, and so it was kind of a research project is how we approached it at first. And we spent a lot of time kind of trying to figure out what the best way is to generate these animations, and we ended up with a result that we are extremely proud of, and I'm really happy to get this out and kind of see what everyone thinks. Now, we are in beta right now, and we are in even more than that. We're in limited beta right now, where we are doing just a sign up kind of queue just to make sure as we scale everything works appropriately. But the animations that are generated will be production ready. We spent a lot of time to make sure that they are production ready, and that's actually one of the reasons why we don't have as many animations as what you would kind of think when you first release an AI product. It's just because we were wanting to make sure that anything that you create, that you generate, will be production ready. We developed our own AI model for this, so it is running completely custom code. We are not reliant on any third-party service in that regard. And for this video, I just wanted to kind of go through and kind of show a preview on what Omni Animation is. And to do that, I am right now on the homepage for it, and we have about a minute-long video that plays, and so this is the end of the video. But if we scroll down, hold on, I heard that the sound is low. Let's see. I'm not sure how I can change that. Wait 1 second. I'm as max as much as I can be. Let's see. Okay, I just bumped up the sound volume. Is that better? I'll assume that it is, but yeah. So, okay, so I'm assuming that the sound volume is better. We didn't miss too much if you weren't able to hear me. Let me know in the chat if it's not any good still. But so I'm on the Omni Animation homepage right now, and if we scroll down, we can kind of see the high-level features of it. We use a deep learning model that has been custom created to generate unique animations for your hero character, your AI, any crowd, or your a bit better. More again. More again. Okay. I'll raise it more. We're getting, some people are saying okay, some people are saying more, so I'll just add it up a little bit more. This is my first time doing a live video, as you can probably tell. All right. Okay, now I raised it a little bit more, so hopefully we're okay now. Okay, I'll just start from the start. Okay, well, so my name's Justin Mosman. I'm co-founder of Opsiv. We are a Unity asset store publisher and have been a publisher for about the past 10 years. 3 years ago, we were trying to figure out what we could do next, and we brainstormed a lot of different ideas, and this whole generate animations using AI came up. And we work with a lot of indies and small studios, and one of the problems that we notice is just that these people don't have ways to get good animations for cheap or just a wide variety that are unique to their project. And from that, we were deciding on how we can kind of help these indies out, and we came up with this concept of Omni animation, which will use AI to generate high fidelity animations. We spent a lot of time researching on how to generate these high fidelity animations. We treated it as a research project at first. We didn't know if it was going to work, and it turns out it does work, which it's really cool when it does work. And from there, we've just been kind of slowly expanding on the feature set of the service and what is included. And we are extremely excited that we are now out, and we're excited to see kind of what everyone thinks. So I'm on the home page for Omni Animation right now, and if I scroll down, it has kind of just the high level features of what Omni Animation is. It is an AI model that we have developed custom for this website, so we are not using any third-party service. And it's great for your hero character, AI, crowds, or motion matching. We have a feature that allows you to generate a whole bunch of different animations all at one time. So you could potentially generate a couple hundred animations all in one click. So it makes that extremely easy to do and could save a whole bunch of time. So yeah, it's just exactly what I said. You can kind of just download a huge set of animations all at once. All of our animations on our website are recorded by us, and we own the copyright too. And when you download the animations, you have your own license to these animations that basically allow you to do whatever you want with them except for resell the raw animation. So these animations are for you to use, and you don't have to worry about any copyright infringements or anything like that with how the data is kind of trained. Omni Animation is not focused on just one platform. I know Opsiv is generally associated with Unity, but this is not just a Unity solution. You are downloading an FBX, which can then be imported into basically any 3D animation software. We have tested and listed steps on how to import it into Unity, Godot, and Unreal, and it works really well. It requires no code from us in order for it to work, just because it is an FBX. So that part is really nice. We will be constantly improving this service. This is a monthly service or yearly service in the future that will require constant changes, and we are going to be constantly improving it, and we have plans, and it is sustainable for us to be able to just kind of keep adding to this service, keep adding new animations, new animation parameters, completely new features, and yeah, so we're in this part for the long haul, and you will see regular improvements with it. And it's developed by Opsiv, so we've been in this industry for a long time now, and yeah, it's a name that we hope that you can trust. So let's actually get into what Omni Animation is. And I am on the library page right now, and actually I should mention that omnianimation.ai is live, so if you go to this page right now, it will work. You can click into the different animations. We are in beta, so there will likely be some bugs. We'll get those fixed as soon as we can, but yeah, we are live, and so I'm going to demonstrate this run animation. So this run animation that I'm showing right now is an animation that was generated using machine learning. You can use these parameters on the right side to adjust what the run animation should look like. So in this case, I just increased the velocity of the running character, and now I'll hit generate. It's going to go to the back end to generate this new animation, and now we have a new running animation with a character who is moving faster. We can change whether there are 4 or 5 different parameters here for this run. So let's say that we want a fast moving character who has a low step size, who is tall and mostly female. Now we are going to generate that, and it's going to the back end, and now we have the result of that animation. This uses the training data that we had produced. I think we had, in this case, we had 6 or 8 minutes of training data of just running at different speeds and different step sizes for each gender. And this training data is recorded at 240 frames per second, so there's a whole lot of data that is going into this. And this is the result that the machine learning model created after these parameters that I had just specified. We can also do something a little bit more fun, and we can change the style of the animation. So zombie's always a fun style, and I'm gonna just kind of make him a slow-moving short zombie who's male. And so now this will generate a slow-moving short zombie who is male, and there we go. So now the arms are stretched forward, and in this case we got an actor to record these zombie animations. So the actor was having a lot of fun with it, and that he was even doing like facial expressions and sound effects, and got a lot of stares as people were walking by, and we were recording this data. So this one was a fun one to record, but we didn't have to specifically record like this exact variant where zombie, we didn't record this like a slow moving short step size male zombie. We just kind of recorded, I think zombie was 2 or 3 minutes of data, something like that for running. And then it's able, this AI model is able to generate what it sees as a zombie with these parameters. So right now we have 6 different styles. Generic is just your kind of regular style. We have adventure. I'll play with these parameters some as I'm changing the style. Adventure is kind of more for your adventure type games like Legend of Zelda or something like that, where it's a little bit more free-flowy. And then from this, this animation is generating it based off of the adventure recordings. I saw a question. These generate every time it is generated from scratch. The model doesn't change, but the input it gives the input into the model, and then the model outputs it. These animations are not cached at all. Then let's see. Under combat, we have kind of more like a soldier movement. Actually, I'm just looking at the questions again, and from Loose Blast, I saw can Omni do pose-to-pose animations? So not yet, but that will be a future feature. And actually, I'll go through this part first. I'm trying to figure out what the best workflow is for this, but I'll go through what the website is, and then I'll go through any questions from the chat. So here's kind of more like a soldier who's a little bit more rigid compared to the adventure character. Then we've done hero, or we've done generic, and hero is kind of more of a proud character with the chest upright, and kind of, yeah, just a proud run in this case is kind of how we described it to the actor. And actually, let me change some of these parameters as I am changing the style. So now we will generate a stealth style, and the stealth style is a little bit more sneaky, a little bit lower to the ground. So in this case, it was also a little bit slower compared to some of the other velocities for the other styles. And yeah, so that at a high level is what the model is doing. Let me see if I had in my notes anything else that I should show related to this. No. So I guess, well, the other thing is that we do have other features related to like IK, where you can use IK. Let me press the IK button and then kind of change the bone positions. And then from there, it will kind of bake that into the animation. And this is good for if you have a custom character and you want to update or have the model kind of have accurate proportions for that, or accurate movements for that custom character. I unfortunately don't have any characters uploaded. I should have done that, but it will allow you to upload your own mesh for this viewer, so that as you're kind of tweaking these animations, you can get the exact result that you're going for. You can also, I clicked on custom objects. We don't have any custom characters either. We have some default objects where you can, for example, place a knife in the character's hand. If you use our character controller, you probably recognize these objects. They're the exact same as those objects. So yeah, you can then kind of add the character or add the knife to the character's hand and then kind of position the bones as you will to be able to get the character to hold it. There's actually a bug right now where we're not able to move the fingers, but that will be fixed. We are in beta right now. So beyond that, we have, let's see, a skeleton view will just allow you to kind of see the regular bones. Rotate, pan, zoom, self-explanatory. You can reset the camera, toggle follow camera, and then root motion will move the character in place or not. So those are the options that we have for the viewer. In terms of the parameters, right now we have these 4 different parameter sliders that you can adjust. Eventually we will be having more. I know some big feature requests are for age and weight, and we are aware those are ones that we would definitely like to get in. We will be also, I guess, looking at another animation, the idle animation. The idle animation does not have, for example, a velocity. So these parameters will change based off of which animation you are viewing. The duration of this idle can change, and that duration does not exist in the running model. So that these parameters, yeah, are dynamic, and they will change based on the animation that you are using. But these all have the 6 different styles. So we have 6 different AI models for this first release. Idle turn is another one that has a different parameter where you can change the angle of the character, of the turning portion of the character, and then we can generate that. The generation is kind of an experiment as well to see how long it takes to generate. In general, it takes 10 to 40 seconds to generate an animation, and we will be working on kind of judging the server and kind of seeing how long it takes, the average amount of time, and then kind of adjust from there based on the server load. So everything's an experiment right now, but everything that you generate and download, actually let me show that, you will be able to download at a kind of a production level quality. So the site may be in beta, but the results that you generate are not in beta, and they will work. If they do not work, let me know. We will refund your credits and we will get it fixed. So you can download the animation in FBX or BVH format, and you can download it at 30, 60, or 120 frames per second, depending on which subscription plan you're on, and then you can include or not include the T-pose. So we have these 6 different animations, and then we have about 650 non-AI animations, and these non-AI animations were recorded by professional actors. In the case of, there's knife, pistol, and assault rifle animations, and these animations were recorded by, and combative animations. Basically everything under combat was recorded by one guy who was a former, he used to be in the military, and he really knew his stuff. So we spent about 9 hours recording with this guy and got a ton of content. We're actually still working on processing this content to upload it. So yeah, we have the different types of assault rifle weapons in this, or assault rifle movements in this case. And I think there's about 150 different assault rifle animations that we have. But yeah, so we have both AI and non-AI. We wanted to include the non-AI just so that we had a more complete library. I can see in the future taking some of these non-AI animations and using it for training data for AI animations. So the goal is to just keep creating new AI animations based off of our training data. We have some plans. I mean, like I said earlier, we're constantly evolving the service and expanding it. So we will, right now we're kind of working on fixing any remaining bugs, but we will be starting to working on new parameters and new animations probably this month. So yeah, this is an ever-evolving animation service. Let's see, one other big thing that I wanted to show was this bulk download page, and this is where it really speeds up your workflow if you are working with something like motion matching, because what we can do is that, let's say that we are using motion matching, For those that don't know, motion matching is a technique within a game engine. Instead of using a state machine to transition between different animations, it uses its own neural network to transition between, or to, select which animation should play. And so in that case, you need a lot of training data for it to be able to kind of select the right frame to transition to. And so this is perfect to populate that training data, because what we can do, for example, is click on this random and then say we want a random velocity between these two values, a slow and a fast value. It will, when we hit generate, it will bring up this dialog and say that we want to generate 100 different walks and 100 different runs. Well, it will generate 100 different running variants based off of this velocity range for your motion matching algorithm. And that alone will just speed up the workflow dramatically. You can also have constant values. So say I want a constant height of mid-height, and then it will generate it based off of that parameter. That was pretty much it for what I had to show for the website. If we go to the About page, we can see that we have almost 12,500 seconds of training data used for these 6 different AI models. So it requires a lot of training data in order to kind of generate the correct animation. But it's one thing that we're extremely proud of. Is just the team has done an incredible job of creating these AI models to mimic real life. We have a lot of cases where the animation has gone bad, and eventually I've been slowly collecting these model or these animations of them not working correctly, and I will share them at one point once I can do something a little bit more polished rather than just sharing the raw FBX. The total animation count is wrong in this case and need to update it, but it's about 650. So that is Omni animation in a nutshell. In the future, we are going to be expanding upon the library, just kind of the number of animations, the number of animation parameters, and then we have a lot of different ideas on where we can take this, where you could, for example, upload your own training data and then create your own animations based off of that training data. But we're extremely happy just where we're at right now, and I'm really looking forward to getting it in and into everyone's hands and kind of seeing what everyone thinks. So now let's see if I'm going through the chat. So natural language. Okay, so Lucid asked a question about natural language, and natural language, when we first started this project, wasn't really a thing. So he's talking about text animation, basically, where you say, in his example, sitting on a bowling ball. In that case, you use natural language or text to output to a value. And we found so far that it's not a very good way to kind of generate specific results. It's not the best input in order to get the output that you're going for. These parameters are actually a really good way of kind of describing to the AI model what you want, because it understands these parameters a whole lot better than some natural language processor would. That's not to say we never will do it. It's just that it won't kind of be our first focus, since I believe that these parameters will be most useful. But who knows? I mean, if we get a lot of requests for it, yeah, we'll definitely work on adding it. That's no question. We definitely need to build up our library more. We don't have any bowling ball animations, or we do have sitting animations, but I don't even know what you would talk, or how it would be different if you did sit on a bowling ball. But yeah, so we definitely need a larger animation library for natural language to work, and that's kind of the good thing about what we're doing right now, in that we're just building up the library and kind of building up the AI models. Because if the team can generate AI models basically from scratch, what we're doing, then kind of using your own training data, or there was a question on pose-to-pose animation, doing something like that, is in some sense easier. It's still a really hard problem, but it's not just generating a new animation from scratch. So I think that once we have this starting point of being able to generate a wide variety of different animations from scratch, we will be able to do a lot of really neat things. Let's see. So for the IK feature, the IK feature is a global feature in that you cannot change it frame to frame. We talked about allowing that, and we do want to allow it. It's just one feature that we did not get in at the start. And yes, it would be a neat feature to add. We've talked about it, and we want to add it, but yeah, it's not in there yet. So it is a global IK setting. Let's see. In terms of the credit system, okay, yeah, so I did not go over that right now. But right now, if I click on the pricing page, we have 3 different subscription tiers. The price of them right now is lower than what they will be for once we get out of beta. And we're still learning what makes sense. I posted on Discord last week, kind of seeing the initial feedback on how the pricing should work, and I got a lot of good feedback. So thank you to everyone who responded, and this will be kind of ever evolving to determine what makes the most sense for us and for you guys. Every time you hit the generate button, it does cost us something to use those resources, so we're not able to, for example, generate new animations for free. That's why it takes a credit in order to generate an animation. But you can top up the number of credits that you have by clicking on buy credit, and it is about 30 cents a credit right now. And yeah, so if you run out of credits, you can definitely add new credits. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, okay, cool. So if anybody has any questions, join our Discord. I will be extremely active on that, and I'm excited to kind of finally get this product out and kind of seeing how everyone really uses it. So thank you for viewing. Let me know what you think. Join our Discord, and yeah, thank you for watching. Let's see how this release goes. All right. And I will post, I'll post the Discord link in the chat. So yeah, see everyone there. Take care.